Call of Duty Black Ops 7 may very well end up being Infinite Warfare 2.0. But unlike Infinite Warfare, there's no Modern Warfare remaster to save the game this time. Black Ops 7, for all we know, could actually be the first Call of Duty flop. Maybe. What is going on, guys? It is Cabal Culture Smasher here. Welcome back to the channel and today's video. Oh my, our good old friend Call of Duty. Remember the days when COD was king, when everybody you talked to played Call of Duty, when it became like the pastime of everybody in middle school and high school and college? Everybody, if they had free time, not doing homework, would hop on Call of Duty and they'd play with a few of their friends. You remember those days? I miss those days. I am Gen Z, and I grew up in middle school in Call of Duty, and obviously I was a bit too young for the game, but had some really good memories playing Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. I basically got to experience the tail end of the good old days of COD, just before everything went to shit, and I'm grateful for those days. Because I haven't enjoyed Call of Duty in so long. The last Call of Duty I enjoyed, basically, was Call of Duty Modern Warfare Rebooted 2019, which was good for like the first 3 months. And then after the fact, the skill-based matchmaking really started messing with the game to the point that it became just a chore to play through. It was no longer enjoyable after a while. And then after that, Call of Duty, instead of stopping their annual release schedule and trying to prioritize quality over quantity, they just kept shitting these things out year after year after year after year after year. I thought for sure around the pandemic, they were going to say, hey, we need to reassess our strategy. Why don't we spend some time making a quality game that lasts at least 2 years before the next entry? They just can't help themselves. Even though they are literally a trillion, with a T, trillion dollar games corporation, they cannot help themselves. People thought that Microsoft acquiring Activision was going to save Call of Duty. Yeah, that was ignorant thinking. In order to save Call of Duty, you have to clean house. Everybody from the top down has to be fired. You have to create a whole new development studio and start all over again. And the first thing you need to do is you need to hire men with a spine with testosterone. And basically you need to fire every single liberal woman that works in the games industry, which unfortunately is way too many of them. Way too many of them these days. Gaming is no longer a male-centered industry. Women have basically come in and diversified it, and now liberal white women have ruined it. All right, let's be real. Black Ops 7, man, 437,000 downvotes on the trailer. The last time we saw downvotes this bad, the last time we saw a Call of Duty this universally hated was Infinite Warfare, because Infinite Warfare had over 3 million dislikes when that was the third Call of Duty in a row with advanced movement, which at that point everybody was sick of the futuristic advanced movement bullcrap that was not grounded in reality, right? And that's the reason why they went back to World War II right after Infinite Warfare. Well, now this is that 2.0. Third Call of Duty in a row that we're having this bullcrap with like weirdo skins like Fortnite and G Fuel and Adderall. And obviously nobody's listening. We've been begging Call of Duty, turn down the skill-based matchmaking. We've been begging them to do that for literally 5 years now, since Modern Warfare 2019, since it really became noticeable that skill-based matchmaking was absolutely out of control. And 5 years later, they've done nothing at all. They've learned nothing at all. They put out this bogus statement saying, hey, we hear you. We're going to listen. All right? We're going to make things grounded. All right? Yeah, maybe for the first month or so. This is ridiculous. Call of Duty, they're the worst liars I think we have ever seen in the games industry, all right? Everybody in the games industry these days pretty much sucks, all right? Even EA, especially, and DICE and Battlefield Studios, they suck too. The only reason we're even getting Battlefield 6 in the relatively good condition that it's coming in, that we've experienced so far, is because of the fact that they realized, hey, our diversity is a failed experiment. That's costing us way too much of the player base. We have to get back some of that goodwill. How do we do that? Let's make a grounded Battlefield. Yeah, that's what Battlefield is doing. And if you saw my earlier video on Battlefield, you know that there's still way too many women that are screaming in Battlefield 6, I need a medic! Somebody get me a medic! I know, everybody was triggered. I know. Your Battlefield fanboys cannot just call things out objectively as they are. That's why Battlefield 5 was so fucking trash. All right? It's amazing, though. Call of Duty is not learning a thing. Battlefield is trying to course correct. The tale of two incompetent development teams. One is actually trying to make a polished game for the first time in years. The other is actually going backwards. The whole reason why we went off of advanced movement and boots on the ground is because fans hated it. And now we're going back to advanced movement. We're going back to specialists. We're going back to this ghetto-ass future, Blade Runner-type nonsense, train go boom. We're going back to that? Why? This is like when Simon Kinberg tried to make Dark Phoenix a second time in X-Men when he failed to do it properly the first time, all right? This is like that in Call of Duty. If it didn't work the first time, don't assume it's going to work the second time. Like, how many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man? All right? Black Ops 7. Call of Duty, as we know, has never had competition, all right? Because no matter how many games come out, no matter how many times people hate on Call of Duty, it always ends up being the king of gaming, no matter what. This time, though, we might actually, we just might, very slim chance, I'm talking like there's maybe a 10% chance of this happening, we might actually dethrone Call of Duty. Might, just might, all right? The chances of that happening are so slim. Either way, Battlefield should not prioritize itself on trying to kill Call of Duty. What needs to happen is Battlefield just needs to prioritize making itself Battlefield. All right? The one problem I did have with the beta, even though I really enjoyed the Battlefield 6 beta, is the movement system. It feels way too much like Call of Duty. I don't like the movement system. That's my biggest problem. And also, I don't like that the weapons are no longer locked to classes the way they're supposed to be. That's a Call of Duty feature, making things not locked to classes. That's problematic, and I wish that they didn't do that. Those are my two biggest gripes with the beta, and obviously the diversity. But otherwise, yeah, I enjoyed Battlefield 6. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play the Black Ops 7 beta. This time around, there is no Modern Warfare Remastered to save Call of Duty. There's no trying to inflate the sales artificially and say, look how successful our game is. Infinite Warfare, look how successful it was. Never mind that the reason why everybody bought that game is because they wanted to play Modern Warfare, right? That was a way of them trying to trick their shareholders. I don't think Call of Duty can do that this time. This game looks like complete dog shit, dude. Literal garbage, all right? And I'm sad because this time around, Alex Mason, or David Mason, whatever his name is, right? Mason's son, is played by the guy from This Is Us, which is a show that I enjoyed. Unfortunately, he's in this bull crap. I hope he got a good paycheck for it because it's sad that he's degraded to this. Same thing with Yondu. It's sad to see that Yondu was brought back to this game. Wasn't Yondu canonically dead in Black Ops 2? Why is he back? And why does his model look so much different now? I know that's the actor doing mocap, but like, you need to have consistency. You should have made him look like how he did in Black Ops 2, not like whatever the heck this is, all right? This is Yondu without the blue paint, all right? But anyway, guys, that was the video. Call of Duty is dog shit. Always has been for years. All right? We're never going to get back to good days. It's never coming back. It's over. It's done. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.